Make sure we're up and running. Okay. We're all set. Everything is
Good.
good. Today is probably the end. The end. I can't imagine this is going to take longer than today. But we got plenty of time, regardless. Come on, it's always so hard to... There we are. It's always so hard to find my spot. Okay. It's a new year. It is the 1st of January, 2022. Wow. Wait. Dude, there was like fireworks for, for almost like an hour straight last night. A bit crazy, if you ask me. Anyway, still fireworks today. Been fireworks for like the whole week. Buy some more of this. This, yes, this. Alright, I am definitely... What the actual fuck? I have no idea what it was. This I just heard. I think it was like my neighbor's kid. I don't know. Sounded like some fucking demon. Wow. Okay, yeah. In the dark space, a seemingly uninhabited village. And apparently it's hot. Oh, the people are stone. Statue of a girl stands silently. Strange, not a soul here. And skeletons scattered around. Should we go into the houses? No one here. The village looks abandoned. That's good. We can rest if we want. Is it safe to do so? Let's rest today. Exhausted from the trip, they fall into a deep sleep. A long time passes. What? Hamlet, let me sleep a while longer. What? Well, don't be so noisy. Who are you? They seem to be very hungry. Look, those children look so upset. That's right. The servant boy said that in Frisia, there's so much famine in this country. Those bones are the bodies of the people who starved to death. Oh no, we'll be next. Hamlet, why such a sad look? It's as if we will soon be separated. I forgot. The fucking pig kills itself. You know what? To the pig. Hamlet, Hamlet! Hamlet, why? Fucking pig. Alright, Angkor Wat. That's where we're going. Oh, fuck. What just happened? I thought I unplugged something. I didn't. I just, like, freed a bundle of cables or something like that. Scared the shit out of me. Like, my keyboard isn't as close as it needs to be. What the hell? Apparently there's a lot of stuff here. Fuck that. What did it say? Can I even see it? Nope. Probably something about travel. Through the jungle. Bullshit. Yeah, I do dislike the fact that the D-pad can activate the text at, like, undetermined moments. They're gonna be fun to fight. Uh-oh. I won't be able to get that DP. Yeah, it's gone. That's weird, you can like glitch yourself into their bodies. It looks like it still damages them. Wait, what the hell? I'm not damaging them. They're like the Borg, they've adapted. Okay, I have to destroy the head when it's extended. Okay, there's no actual damage. No damage listed on the head. You know what? I cannot. I was gonna say, I'm tempted to leave. Oh, thank God. If you can't kill the head while it's extended, it heals. I'm gonna need a few of those for sure. Okay, where does it want me to go? Alright, there shouldn't be anything else. It's just this one. Wait, I did enter the central one, right? Yeah, for sure. Okay. Jesus, these suck. red jewel. Holy fucking hell. I should have known that they would do like a decent amount of damage, right? Oh. There's at least back outside. Looks like we can't even get to the last of the enemies. So we gotta be really careful around those stone dudes. Oh, that's right. I didn't even need to... I don't need to use anything special. I can just do this. Gross. At least I'm safe. I don't like this. Fine, I'll use my lives. They do too much damage. Hell yes. Defense upgrades definitely needed. Just wait here for it. Okay, anything down here of note? No. What am I walking on? Yeah, what the hell was that? That bugs? Spiders? Oh, get away from me. I don't want to, come near you until you're corporeal. Please. More defense. Perfect. I am still using my guide, but this is a fairly linear dungeon looking place. Can I not activate too many of these things, please? Hell yeah. Oh, I'm just back here. Okay. Wait a second, sorry. Dun, 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 dun. It was saying that we need to leave down this way, which would be the only available option. Well, I want to try something. It worked. I took out one of those dudes. Nothing crazy. Come on, down and play. Can't really touch you from there. He's like one hit away. Cool. Another, how many have I got now? 10? 2 more left in the game. Right. Test my theory on something. This is probably how you use the shortcut that you found earlier. Yep. Okay, good. Power increase. Oh, this is a bad combination. Guys are too easy. Granted, I just got myself hurt by one. There's just a lot of them. Oh, we're in the first room. That's a shortcut back to the beginning, but we probably don't want to take that, right? Ugh. Hell yeah. Hello, Free Dan! You know, we haven't heard what this Gaia lady said so far. Has she got anything for us? Nope! He's like, I'm done talking to you. I'm not listening. How did you escape the blast? The little heads kind of remind me of aliens, or like, or even probably more accurately, scorpion pincers that they show in like cartoons. And apparently, there's like 39 enemies in this area, and most of them are these bushes. Just totally bummed because they're just gonna block your way. Oh, okay. Crossover point, got it. I'll know I'm done when I get a power up. I almost missed that. I'm sure you probably see them. These guys that are like right here. Yeah, I can't do them like that from the top. I have to do it from the sides or bottom only. Bones of a lost explorer fascinated by something. There's some kind of journal hidden there. Read it. We crossed the jungle to the native village. We didn't understand the language, but they beckoned for us to stay. When I awoke in the morning, only Captain Freezer and I remained. Hunger had destroyed many people during the night, even our friends. We saw the bodies of our comrades and ran into the jungle. That's when we discovered Angkor Wat. Rumor says that you can gain immortality here, where the spirits live, but all I saw were demons. Going back to my friends, if I don't survive, who would mourn? Demons. One thing about Halo that I always appreciated was the fact that we called Master Chief Demon. I like that. Where are you? Right to some damn bush. Tell you what, I'm actually... I hate this area. I'm gonna go sort of back towards the upper top. There they are. No way. That's kind of bullshit. Right? I'm trying to see like what's the closest you can actually get to them. Yeah, I was the closest that you could be. Whatever. Hey, it doesn't want me to go this way? Like, I'll exit the room that it tells me to, but... Oh. Well, that's something new. Yeah, I hadn't seen that before. He just stood up there like a big roadblock. Oh, can I really not get them? That sucks. Oh, upgrade for him. What's this? What's this? What's this? Earthquaker can now be used. The Earthquaker is a dark power that can only be used by Freedom, the Dark Knight. This causes earthquakes. The enemy won't be able to move for a long time. Push the attack button when jumping down. Oh, okay. I am Gaia, the source of all life. I'll give you some advice. Frieden's power is the Earthquaker. When he uses it, his enemies can't move for a long time. That's what they said. Okay. There's no point in talking to her. Sadly. Earthquaker, huh? Seems like some endgame shit. I wonder how you use it. Is it like this? Oh, I don't need a charge for it. I just have to do it when I'm jumping down. Got it. Hell yeah. I probably want to go through there, but I didn't finish looking at everything I could do up here. Because I don't think I did. Yeah, I got another upgrade. All power. We're becoming healthy. I've got to get that guy's secrets. After all this time, I've got to finally know what they are. I keep on biting the inside method. Sorry. It feels like that slight bit swollen. I'm just like, that's uncomfortable. It's like, as soon as it does that, you keep on biting it more. Come on, hit me. Okay. What's a skelly man? Bones of a lost explorer fascinated by something. Some kind of journal. From Freezer. There's a temple where a spirit is said to live. In the main hall, the second floor, a bright room blocks the way. You must go through it to reach the top floor. A bright light masks the corridor. If you want to meet the spirit, you must wear the black crystal glasses. I saw something shining on the ground near the main hall, but I had to run. Probably the glasses from the legend. I regret coming here. I hope my child can carry on my dream. Gonna be a big reveal as to like who their child is. Be nice if you could like unfreeze now, actually. One left. What? What? No, this room is weird. Okay, so it looks like we're not getting any upgrades from this. We will have to come back. Apparently. I'm hoping. Dun, 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 dun. Your soul is mine. I wanna go up. I wanna get that treasure. Oh my god, it's gonna go all the way around. That's annoying as hell. Nice. It just needed to wait. My strength has increased. Now I should be able to... Yes. Watch it, just some fucking bush. It was. It totally was. Just a bush. Oh, but there's something else here. Something shiny on the ground. Dun, 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 dun. Apparently... Wait. I can't reach that. Anyway. What? Oh, okay. Normally, we would have a hard time. But because we're wearing those fancy black glasses, we're fine. Black crystal glasses. It'd be kind of cool to have, like, a pair of glasses made out of crystal, right? A pair of black sunglasses just made out of, like, obsidian. Shit, I didn't mean to. Obviously, it's one of those things that we need to. Oh, we need to be Will. One around to defeat the 5 purple demon heads. Sure not to fall into any of the holes before such things happen. After defeating them all, fall down the hole on the east side. Okay. Which is where I was. Yep, we're gonna slide through a gap. At least with Will, you're like more confident. You're more able, to actually fight enemies. I was gonna say confident. I mean, I guess it works. It's like I would be more confident fighting enemies as Will now than I was before. Anyway, jump down from the left and head south. West. Wait. I took it a little bit too literally. Anyway, go east again. Slam between. Yep. Fuck me. Imagine the fact that, like, my weapon this entire time has just been a flute. Flute and magical transformation. It does kind of feel like we'll be fighting the boss as Will this time, too. Excuse me. Oh my god. I stayed up too late last night. So, last night, I went around to somebody's house for, like a D&D one-shot, which was super fun. They basically made, a D&D, like, Mario World sort of situation. A princess had been stolen, taken to the underground, and, had to defeat some big, dragon thing. Just an analogy for Koopa. That's good. My character that I made, my bird necromancer, ice wizard, was actually really cool, and I kind of want to play more with that character. Uppies? I actually appreciate the fact that I could fly. That was cool. There, push the right button, Jason. Okay, looks like we have to go upstairs. Where the hell is the one that I activated? There you are. Hey, health! Okay, backtrack. Backtrack to the hole you skipped earlier and jump on down. Hooray! We're doing great. Now we go up here, I guess. Absolutely no enemies. Got it. Okay. This is story stuff. Will, I've been waiting for you to come for thousands of years. What? Who are you? I am dreaming. Ouch. Like I said, keep on biting. It's like, it just hurts. I'm dreaming. Time has passed since the dream began, and my body became what you see. I'm going to show you a strange image. Close your eyes. Ew, why'd you show me that? Mode 7. Die City! Oh god, that's rough. Huh? What was that? That is the new world. That world is all gray. This world has blue water, green mountains, brown earth all over. You will usher in that world. Me? Such a strange world? All trees replaced by buildings, rivers replaced by roads. No matter what kind of world people have, if they think they're happy, they'll be happy. Go to the village and restore those turned to stone to their original condition. Release those who have been turned gray back to their natural state. When the blinding light stopped, I stood quietly as if nothing had happened. Then I found the Gorgon flower held tightly within my hand. You have the Gorgon flower! Hooray. Doesn't beat these cool shades I got. Alright, gotta backtrack. Get out of here. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Wow, it actually does make a difference. I'll save real quick, just in case. No, I actually do need to go the other way. Run, boy, run. Actually, there's a little... Eh. Either way is equally long. Let's get the hell out of here. I think that I could have left this area, I just wasn't leaving the right way. God damn it. He puts one petal of the Gorgon flower into the statue's mouth. Silently offers a red jewel. I use sign language to talk to the villagers. She knows sign language. The animals have returned to the forest. They no longer prey on each other. Labor traders came from a town in the northwest. They took many villagers. I can't believe they would take advantage of people stricken with famine. Travel to the labor traders' village. Speak the car and head to your next destination, City of Tao. Yep. Let's go. I did my thing. I fed flower petals to these three ladies. Let's ditch. Tao. Desert village. Tao. The town shining in the desert. We went to Tao. I kind of like the sand effect. How it looks like it's kind of like just like a little bit of sand sort of like blowing around on the ground. If you're watching this on a CRT, it probably just looks like the screen is fuzzy. You happen to be Will? Good! A letter and some luggage have arrived from someone named Bill and Lola. Oh, grandparents. You get a letter and your father's journal. Oh god, my inventory's full. Have you been okay? Neil told us that he was in Tao, and so I'm sending this letter. I heard the reason why Grandpa and I are looking forward. I heard the reason why. Grandpa and I are looking forward to seeing you. When we looked in your father's luggage, we found a journal written about the pyramid. I thought it would help you, so I sent it along. Take care. I've deciphered the hieroglyphs. No one has ever done it before. It says that there's a key to solving the riddle of human history in the pyramid. The first part says, the sun spirit rises from the horizon. I went to the pyramid and found the same inscription. So, here, a page is missing. Afterwards, go to the house next to yours and find Neil. Well, I never thought I'd meet you in a place like this. You've become the company president? Yes, we knew this. Yes, I tried replacing the labor trade with pepper imports. This led me all the way to Tao. There's a pyramid near here. I wonder if a mystic statue is there. That's right, I haven't picked up any mystic statues in a while. Didn't even get one for the last one. Anyway. This is Jewel. He's holding 40. Uh-oh, I don't have inventory for this. Go into a house on the other side of the alley. Pick the man inside and play a whack-a-mole kind of game. Here you have to hit a bunch of snakes in 3 pots. Stand beneath the middle one. Bill has to reach. Okay. I'm gonna hit them all! Oh, I missed one. Maybe 2? Definitely 2. Maybe 3, 4... I missed a lot now. I got a little bit crazy. Wow, 86 snakes. Very good. For your prize, I'll give you 2 red jewels. I'll send them to the jeweler. Oh, thank God. These should find a pair of crooks. Stand above the western one and examine the local vegetation. Found a jewel, but your inventory is full. Okay, I literally just have to get rid of something. Yeah, that's an okay discard, I think. How many inventory slots do I have? 16? Lame. Alright, we're gonna save. We're gonna head to the last required dungeon? Or it says the penultimate required dungeon. Uh-oh. Warning from the jackal. Have you ever played Snake Panic? I'm still training for it. I guess he didn't understand what I said. His eyes were expressive. Hey, this isn't a show. Get out of here. I'm almost waiting in this town to buy labor. I can't make up my mind if I should do business with you. You can't put a price on people. You're putting a price on people. That's literally what they're doing. Anyway. Pyramid. Lots of defense upgrades. Crap, I didn't actually see that as an enemy for some reason. What is this? Use essential on the right to finally transform into Shadow. Controls are essentially the same, however, he does have great weapon reach, and his telekinetic shield provides protection for all applicable attacks from all angles. Speak of Gaia, receive an aura item. Basically functions as Shadow's ability. Equip it to become water. This allows temporal immunity to attacks. It lets you seep through cracks in the floor as well. He'll do a bunch of this damage. I've been waiting for you to come. I'm made of the light of a comet. The ultimate warrior, Shadow. My body has no shape. This body appears only when the human consciousness evolves. The comet that now approaches Earth is also a consciousness without form. My body is the only thing that can confront the comet and bring it to an end. Well, close your eyes. Oh god, I'm so tiny. Hell yes. Looks like you're hurt. Close your eyes. I'm Gaia, the source of life. The dark power has become strong in the temple of Angkor Wat. Will become strong. You've become strong with the dark side of the Force. If you stand before the right statue, you can change into Shadow, the ultimate warrior. I think I will grant you one item. You have the aura. The aura is Shadow's mind. When he holds it up, his body becomes like water. Only a small part of the pyramid is above ground. Most of it's below the surface. You should change into the Shadow and advance into the underground. Yep, record. No. Wow, okay. I legitimately cannot remove those items. That's his defense. Okay, cool. There are traps scattered around to prevent. There's a booby trap in this room that responds to sound, so don't make any noise. Am I still Shadow? I probably will. They're back. A dinosaur story? Okay, apparently I used the wrong spot. This note the floor pattern. See any difference in the floor pattern? I I don't understand, but whatever. Okay, anyway. Literally just in here to record. Okay, that apparently takes you back to the top. We're gonna do these in the order that they say, because perhaps it just saves time. So we'll do it. I don't know where. I can't tell. Like, I honestly cannot tell. Oh, I think my screen is too dark for me to be able to see. I think I actually see the way that it works now. Okay. Okay, increase defense. This dungeon would certainly stand out. You get to use like a different character. Cool. This noise, this... Oh yeah. You know what? I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay. Or the warp puddle. Okay. Two. 3. 4. Okay, so this is a spot where I can dribble. Yes. Okay, I was right. It says ignore the warp puddle. There's a lithograph on this wall. I heard in Down that it's a hieroglyph. Let's try to remove the lithoglyphs. Let's try to remove the lithoglyph. You've got the hieroglyph stone. Why think I call it two different things? Jump in! Okay, here goes the central room. Certain second slot from the left. Isn't this the same message as what his dad gave you? I think that's what it is. Okay, I know that I can use it here. I understand. It's just the black and contrast on my actual TV screen I'm using. It makes it hard to see that little bit of stuff that comes up below. Because like looking at this screen, like when I actually looked over it, like it actually is so much easier to see. Okay. Number 3. Shadows. He's even got like a little butt. He's got a little butt. Okay, a supposedly empty room. It hurt me a bit much. Wait. Okay, I think I did the wrong thing. Two seconds. Wait, where did that gem come from? I swear to God, that one came out of nowhere. Let's see here. I thought it said that there were 4 of them. Anyway. Stepped on the switch. Oh, it just said that there were invisible birds, not that... Ow, God damn it. Excuse me? Yay! Ignore the puddle. Remove the hieroglyph. I'm just going to call it a hieroglyph. I'll also have less trouble saying hieroglyph rather than lithograph. Okay, then we're going to go through door number 5. Compared to the other ones, this is a pretty good dungeon. I like this. Oh god, I've maxed out my DP points. Ambushed. Oh god, I have to do this. Nice. Okay. Like here? No, not there. Here. Way down. Oh, I've increased to the last pip, but I'm not at full health yet. Wait 1 second. Take this staircase. Many mummies. They're fighting outside my house. Oh boy. Nope, not fighting. Buffalo through emails, it sounds differently. Bird soldier. Oh, okay. No, that's not right. That's not right. Maybe I'll return to the landing. I mean here? Just gonna put me back on the stairs again. Oh, here. Okay, got it. And to the left. I'm pretty sure I'm at the spot where I'm gonna get the hieroglyph. Also, can I say that I'm very glad that's not a warp panel that immediately warps you? Like, that would be annoying as hell. Okay, so now that we're here, we have a little bit of other work to do. Fifth spot. We seep down below. But this time, and transform into will. Bummer. Save and heal. It says that we're going into the third door mini dungeon. All because of this. Wow, okay. I didn't realize that I hadn't gotten everything from here. Anyway, we are gonna go through the first door. I don't need to save yet. Was I actually doing no damage to the guy? I really wish I wish it charged faster. But you know what? It's fine. Alright, so we're back here. Oh, nice. That's right, this one was a lot of defense upgrades, right? Moderate health, moderate attack. Go left. Defeat 6. Oh, this should actually go easily. What? Lame. And granted, I don't even need it. Oh. Shit, that sucks. Yeah, absolutely no damage. That's also lame. Why can't I slide down the stairs? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's take this hieroglyph. And we'll put this in the first slot. I'm glad that there's no confusion about like where they're supposed to go. It gives you the options to confuse you. I can see why it did what it did. All the constant, like, changing of characters is a little annoying. Especially because you have to come up here in order to go back down there. Da-da-da. Shadow is cool. Okay, we're going to the fourth mini dungeon. I don't need any of it. Oh, there wasn't even anything good for coming down with the speed. It just means you can't get back up there. There's always a chance, right, in games that stuff like that can just become a doorway. Leftmost door. Mummies are kind of little bitches, too. At least these spear guys have shields and attacks. Just a wussy little spirit. Also, whatever this is, it looks like it's like 2 eyes and a big fat Squidward nose around big puffy lady lips. Big kissy lips. It might actually even be what it is. Okay, I'm not tangled up anymore. Oh, they're literally like the heads of the bird soldiers. Okay. Okay, so I guess here's the thing. Okay, this is gonna be difficult. God damn it. Whatever, I'll have another life here in just a second. More enemies. Oh, to my left? Okay. I know what this means. Oh, we're going 2 hours? It's pretty good. Apparently with this last dungeon we can use whoever we want, but the recommended one is Frieden because of his little shooty blast. But first, we have to get through the floor. We still need 2 full statues, too. Okay, we're gonna take the advice. We're gonna go Frieden. Yes, refill my health. We are nearing the end of our journey. I say, one of these is a fucking door. Oh, but also this one, huh? Kind of doing this one solo. um... Two enemies. Gotcha, bitch. Is this full health? I don't know. It might just be. Oh shit, okay. Um... Oh wait. Just in case there's a red jewel down here somewhere. Okay, defense increase. Oh, this was a super tiny one. Yeah, that one was teeny tiny. This is the last one, the last lithograph. I'm not thinking about the word, I can say it easier, I guess. Not that it matters. I want to be Shadow again. Although I doubt that it matters. Walk to the left without a sound. Jackal, I know the whole story of your adventure. I heard about an ancient biotechnology using a comet's light. I didn't know it was you. Looks like Blanca. With the power to change body shape, you could get anything. People would bow at your feet. It's only natural that King Edward would trick you into this. My father? Yes, after all, that's the way kings are. He would do anything to get the power. He might even be more evil than a mercenary like me. I bet. Either way, if I make money, it's fine. Come with me to Edward Castle. Whenever. Playlist melody. Oh, God. Voice whispers in Will's head. Will, play the flute. Will. He softly played the melody he had learned from Lola. Maybe that's why they removed the other songs so that you wouldn't have to like think about which song to use. Kara. Kara. That's pretty brutal. We killed that guy. Will, why must everyone hate each other? I... I... Sorry, I got upset. You're doing your best to save the world, and at first I just wanted to find my father. But somehow it got to be a trial. But me, I don't regret coming on this journey. Let's go and find the fifth mystic statue. Like, piss on this guy's corpse. There was a sound from over the entrance. The melody you played became the jackal's dirge. I just walk over his dead corpse. Oscar, stop. Dinner is very soon. The robot will feed you in 15 minutes. Do-do-do. Oscar, shh. Seriously, dinner is coming soon. Oscar's upset because things have changed. I've changed the feeding schedule, and he's not happy with it. Alright, we're definitely going to be Shadow. Should change into Shadow and advance into the underground. Oh god, he's just a skeleton. Stop. Mummy Queen. You got some big titty. No mummy either. Oh, she's turning green and shit. Oh, no, she's brown. Okay, what? Oh, okay. That's all they give. That's all they give? Okay. I thought that they were going to be like super special because there's only 12 of them. Doesn't matter. But I will try not to use it anymore. Now that I know what's up. Oh, she's got a creepier face. This is actually a good way to dodge that. I actually prefer this one. Whatever. Oh, I got 777. Lucky. Okay. Need to be more mindful. More fireworks? Dude, it's gonna be fireworks for like the next week. What I want to know is how people are reporting all this bullshit. Oh shit, again, I forget that the enemy has like a health bar. One more hit. Defeating the spirit of the pyramid, he obtained a mystic statue. Mission number 5. I heard a voice from the flute. The same voice I heard in the prison at Edward Castle. Will, you've done well to have come this far. Father? I'm at the tower now. Bring the 5 mystic statues to the tower. The statues you've collected hold the key to the fate of humanity. Will, hurry! The comet is approaching. The voice of the flute quiets and disappears. It seems something terrible has happened that we don't know about. What's it do? I was told to go to the Tower of Babel, but that little island. I hear Neil has built another airplane. It seems he's flying to the desert town. Let's go back there. Wait. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Let's see here. Three away. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going. Really? Do you have to go? Once you make up your mind to do something, nothing can stop you. Okay, I'll take Will to the Tower of Babel, then take Kara and Eric to South Cape. This time the airplane won't crash, they say. Over Babel. We'll be there soon, Will. Say hello to your father for me. Thanks! I know you'll make a great president. Ah! I guess I won't see you for a long time. You finish your business, hurry back to South Cape. Thank you. I'm glad we all made the trip together. On this trip, everyone found something. Lance met Lily and found his lost father. Neil decided to take over his parents' company. Kara started to really live and saw a world outside the castle. I'm going to excuse myself. Finally, I can go to the bathroom by myself at night. That's what he got out of this trip? Just like Eric. Oh, and Seth became a fish monster thingy. Kara hasn't said anything for a while. I won't see Will for a long time. I'll say goodbye to him. Right. We've reached the Tower of Babel. Okay, Will, is your parachute ready? Let's go! She didn't really say goodbye. I jumped over the Tower of Babel. I hadn't been there in a year and a half. Uh-oh. Kara came with. Tower of Babel was deathly quiet. Time stood still. Anyway, let's see here. Time for the final storyline dungeon of the game. It's not actually so long, but will contain earlier bosses. Get ready for some fighting. After reaching in, go to the far right side of the room. The flute I had was discovered here. Wait, 50th? I missed a jewel. Whatever, doesn't matter. Damn it. I was following this like to the letter. If it is your 50th. Proceed to write more. Uh, it's King Edward's crystal ring. I thought it was, but I thought it was a decoration, but it had been hidden there. I have the crystal ring. It's a flute decoration. Oh, let's advance through lasers. Wait, Kara, I'm sorry. I just feel that if we part now, we'll never meet again. But Kara, why have you come here? You can't come here unless you have the crystal ring. Could that be the ring? Didn't you find it in the ink and golden ship? The crystal ring is dark blue. The ring you have is light blue. A light one and a dark one. I understand. No matter what happens, don't leave me. The light released from the comet has a profound effect on growth of living things. When the star nears Earth's orbit, all living things experience a dramatic evolution. The evolution of living things took a long time, from insects to fish, from reptiles to mammals, then humans were born. And so human beings have evolved. From ancient times, comets have been called to the spirits of the stars, but also the demon of the stars. The one now nearing Earth is a demon. Demon. The comet is the highest form of consciousness. The Earth will evolve beyond imagination. The passage of time is different inside the Tower of Babel. Time races by. You're not normal human beings because you can live here. In that room are demons, evolved by the light. You must put them to sleep before you go up. Oh shit, I don't even get to transform. Oh, no, it forces a transformation. But to who? Nice. The only thing I remember only that flying temple and like the big bird thing on the ground underneath it. But maybe that's because like that's kind of as far as I got when I did my last playthrough. It's sort of fresher in my memory. That room are demons, okay. Oh, each floor is going to be a different one, isn't it? A different demon, perhaps some more lore. This guy was a pushover. Couldn't I pass through those without even defeating the guy? Because I have the ring. Attack the one on the right first. Oops. I hate this inventory. Um... I really didn't need to use that, did I? That was lame. It does say that this is a much tougher boss, though. Why have you been quiet all day and now you yell at me? Oh shit, I just can't go down? Eh. Whatever. Game is saved. If I die, I die. I'm hoping I don't. I don't want a game over. I want to have come this far without doing so in the first place. Boss is this one. Oh, this boy. They weren't kidding when they said dramatically easier. Sandfinger. Kara's not here. Where'd she go? You're what? Back to save Earth. I'll take you to the top floor. Oops. That was one of the bosses. Oh, God. But yeah, apparently they were a lot harder than the vampires are actually a lot harder than what they were originally. Stop tossing bricks. Oh, she's only half. So am I. The really sucky thing is that you can't hit her more than once. Shit, I'm gonna die. When I think about it, that place seems familiar. What the fuck? My last one, and I gotta do all that over again. Damn it. I actually feel like I was really close. But I do get my, I will get my herbs back. I'm hoping. Okay, up top is better. I can dodge her easier. I can dodge bricks, though. Much prefer that mode. My God. Health. Health me. Health me, Game Daddy. Okay. There is literally no point for me to worry about anything else further. Except Kara. Comet will soon be entering Earth's orbit. We must go to the top of the Tower of Babel. Kara, where did you go? There was talk that the vampire woman had come. They say that her body is eternal. They say that once the comet is gone, she'll be able to rest in peace. If you proceed, you will not be able to turn back. If you want to go to Tao, I'll transport you. Nope. No need. Don't have enough jewels. Well, looks like I'm saving. I have no healing items. This will be the last. I have no health. I have no lives left. Last time I will talk to you in this place. With your rejuvenated power, defeat the comet Dark Gaia and become the Dark Knight. Shadow's greatest power, the Firebird, will arise when you're one with the Light Knight. Only you can restore the Earth to its original condition. I'm putting all my faith in you. Yep, we record. Oh god, I don't want a game over. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, I'm reading through. Just want to give myself some preparation. Okay. Doesn't sound too bad. One worn-out body is quietly laid down. In his hand, a familiar voice speaks. Will, it's me, Ullman, your father. My body has decayed, but I live on like this. Father, why are you in that form? There's a strange room in the Tower of Babel, filled with the light of the comet. Time goes so fast there that people evolve very quickly. Why are Kara and I able to live? Because you two are evolved humans. Us? Long ago. Why do they just call him Ullman? There existed biological technology using the light of the comet. People freely used the power to make plants and animals. For example, they made the camel. It can go for long periods without food or water. When people realized the power could be used as a weapon, demons were developed. The world was on the brink of ruin. At that time, the Knights of Darkness, Light were developed to decide the fate of humanity. They are your ancestors. The 6 mystic statues were made by the Knights. The last mystic statue is entrusted to you. It's just inside my body. Soon the comet will be very close. By then, the two of you must go to the roof of the tower. Close your eyes. The ancients worshipped the comet as a spirit. Those who bathed in the comet's light were given a strange power. The comet is called a spirit, but it's an unwelcome spirit. Evolving too fast brings destruction. As long as people have evil hearts, demons will be born. Will, open your eyes and look around. Even if I can see the real world, I can't touch it. No matter how difficult it may get, I can't help you, says Neil's mother. Oink oink. Of course, there's no difference between humans and animals. With my body gone, I became forever young. In the comet's light, I gained immortality. But there is meaning. But is there meaning in eternal life? I felt more alive when I had a terminal disease. Seth! Oh, Will, it's been a long time. Such a world. If I could talk of this at an academy, I'd be a great scholar. Neil, what are you doing? I want him to make the Roddick Company grow bigger and bigger. Oh, he's upset that he's ending the slave trade. Who is this? Is this the vampire? At last, the time is near. Everyone, give Will your power. When Will and Kara joined and became one with the Light Knight, a great power was born. The Knights were brought forth. The Dark Knight's ultimate power, the Firebird, was released. Your battle will change the fate of humanity. Now, you must go to the comet. God, I wish there was a save point right there. This is weird. It's wacky. I'm trying to be super careful because I don't have Don't have any extra lives. I don't have any healing power. Alright, 2 seconds. Preparation time. Launch to biology. Okay. Okay, I'm doing absolutely shitty. God damn it. Oh my god. How am I back here, though? I had no extra lives. I just had like 77 of those orb thingies. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so I have unending lives. Got it. I was trying to do what the guy was saying, right? It said basically to stand on the right side of the center tower and then shoot upwards at the blue orbs. And it said it'll do those electricity things like fairly infrequently. So don't worry about them. Reaction times. It's always easier on paper than it is in the real world, I guess. At least for me. In this case. Here we go. Again. Okay. Understood. The only thing I wish is that after I do the whole huddle move, I wish I wasn't facing downwards. But it is fairly forgiving. I have, like, iframes and shit. As long as I've, like, pushed the button. Uh-oh. I don't know how much health it has. Much health I have. Oh my god. What a face. That thing melts.
You've killed me!
Good.
What's happened to the comet? That glowing green planet. Again, just call it fucking Ullman. The comet's power has disappeared. The evil star has flown off to the other side of the universe. Will, do you know what planet that is? Glowing there in the darkness? Our Earth. That's right, our Earth. Doesn't it look like a desert oasis? It's never seemed so beautiful. But it looks lonely, shining in the dark. Yes, the world is awakened. Mother? Mother? The Earth. A mother. With millions of children. I'm sure you think about us sometimes. And Kara often thinks about her parents. God, I wish the text wasn't so slow. The Earth is the same way. She gets lonely if her children forget about her. Is this Big Mother's Day Reminding the gamers to pay attention to their mothers. Oh, how is it, you two, looking at the world you live in from the outside? It's as if we'd become spirits. I want to show all of our group. No. I want to show everyone in the world. Someday, people will build ships to travel the universe. Oh, like the billionaires? Okay. Then, they will see this green earth with their own eyes. And then want to put factories on the moon. See how lonely the earth looks? Just like the two of you. Look carefully at your map of the world. Does it seem like I have trouble reading? The map is starting to change. Is this like a Pangea type thing? Somehow, the land has taken on a strange shape. Something's missing from this, though. Two things are missing. That's the new world. New world? The path of evolution, changed by the comet, has continued until now. The Earth, too, has a life. It, too, has evolved and changed its shape. Only William Shatner could deliver this text better. Now that the comet has no influence on the world, it's returned to its original condition. So it's not the new world, it's the way the world was before the comet. Is that what you're saying? Why do you two know the future? When I lost my body, I started seeing everything. The past, the future, humanity's progress. Maybe people would call this kind of body a spirit. Now you and Kara can become ordinary children again. Don't be afraid. When we return to Earth, will we be separated? Yes. The world is changing. Humanity and history have started down a new path. I don't think history works that way. When you two thought nothing of it when you met each other in South Cape. I think that's the future's job to go down to a different path. But when the Earth needed the light and dark nights, you met again, unexpectedly. Let's look at the world before the power of the comet is extinguished. I don't. I don't. We hope you two have a bright future. Well, come here. Show me your face. Your 15-year-old face that apparently I fell in love with while we were shipwrecked for a month. I want to burn you into my memory. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your hair. Oh my god. Your voice. The warmth of your hand. Don't worry, I will search you out. No matter how long it takes. Hundreds of years. Thousands of years. I will come to you. So take care. Close your eyes. Will. Let's go to Earth. Some of this is painful. At least like when this is going on, it's like much better than like the short stunted delivery of story and exposition that they give you throughout the rest of the main game. But yeah, ideas and stuff. It's the future. The Earth's look had changed. But, glowing in the sky, it was as beautiful as ever. Buildings replaced the forests, rivers, came roads, but the villages held only smiling faces. But the Earth was the only one that looked sad. Tomorrow morning, Kara and I will start our new lives. Tower of Babel stands tall, as if it knows the whole future of the Earth. Oh, that was that was it. Just waiting for me. I guess that's it. Game over. I actually also found out the other day that this is like part of a trilogy. Let's see here. So it's like an unofficial trilogy. So let's see here. Soul Blazer. Soul Blazer came out first. Then came Illusion of Gaia, and then came Terranigma. I think all for the Super Nintendo. The Quintet Trilogy, I guess they call them. But, like I said, it's just like... they're like... spiritual successors to each other. I mean, the game's okay. It does a thing. It's fun. Like, okay, so it's an action RPG. You don't have, like, levels. It's all based on, like, killing all of the enemies. So if you fight all the enemies, you get stronger. You get more health, you get more defense, you get more power in your attack. And that's good. That's fine. Super easy RPG to get into. You only have to control the one player. It's not turn-based, so the combat is fast. Enemies are kind of dumb, but the bosses are somewhat challenging, at least towards the end a little bit. And like, there's a decent amount of things to do. It's like I basically ended up doing do you mind? I almost 100% of the game. That's like -2 red crystals or whatever, so I didn't get like the special bonus dungeon, but there's nothing else in there. Like, there's no benefits to really doing it other than fighting like stronger enemies. Design-wise, the world looks nice. The character model looks okay. You do lots of different things. You get some mode 7, some traveling around the world and stuff. Exposition-wise and like dialogue-wise, it really kind of lacks, because it almost feels like it had some problems with. It's one of those games that suffered from translation issues, where like if it was in its original language, the text that it was giving would be much more in-depth and developed, and you probably like understand the story a little bit better, but they only have that much same space to work with in the American version. And I know that this is the problem with like Pokemon. Less space for things, so like things get shortened. So it just seems like all the exposition is really clunky. But clunky exposition, some clunky controls, and then a really bad menu system for like your inventory. Like, that's rough. Very rough. Like, in order to use more than one herb, you have to like go into your inventory, select it, you exit your inventory, use it, go back into your inventory, select another one, and then exit your inventory and use it, and then repeat. So, I don't know. But I do have fun memories of this game. Before, how old was I? This came out in '94. I was like 14. That's my, yeah, 14 or 15 when I picked up this game, so I probably wouldn't have cared. I still had fun with it. But I am glad that I came back and finished it, though. Where's a marker? I should have a marker right here. There we go. I can pull it off my list. Finally. I am glad that I restarted it, though. Also, I'm kind of surprised that the credits are this long. Yeah, also, I need to find out when Square merged with Enix. Because this is just like a straight-up Enix game. Oh, that was not until 2003. So, like, almost 10 years after this. But I think there's more to that, though. I'm only looking at this, like, in very broad terms. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're almost done. What time is it? 8 o'clock. I don't think I'm going to be back for anything else today. But when I come back tomorrow, definitely going to be something different. Definitely something different. I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. It's another game on my list of games that I have started but haven't completed. Go figure. Oh my god, the pig's back. The question is this one of those games where it, like, locks the end screen? You have to reset your system before you can continue doing anything else? Thank you for playing my game.
Thank you!
Oh my god. Possessive much? What? I don't remember this. I don't remember this. Pass is over. Please be careful crossing the street. We've had a lot of traffic accidents lately. Oh my god. Our cars are two monsters. And well, looks like it didn't take him 100 years to find Kara. Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, I can't touch anything. Okay. Oh my god, post credit scenes. All right, I'm out. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. I'll be back sometime soon with something else. Bye-bye. Okay, can you shut up now, please? I'm done. I'm done.